Hello and welcome to On the Kerbs. I'm your host, Thiemo Albers-Daly. Joining me for this week's episode is Leonor Barreto. While fairly fresh to motorsport, Leonor is no less addicted to the world of racing and is determined to forge a career in the rally raid landscape. We caught up recently to chat about all of this, how her first forays into racing have gone, her ambitions for the future, and much more. I hope you enjoy our conversation. Hi Leonor, thank you very much for being here today. First of all, how are you?
Hi, thank you for inviting me. Firstly, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here. And as I said to you previously, it's my first interview in English, so it's quite a lot for me to explore other worlds than my Portuguese world. But I think I can answer to all of your questions and explain my project as much as I can for everyone. And I would like to say thank you for everyone that are now listening or watching to our interview. And I'm
Yeah,
great. How are you?
well, that's good as well. That's excellent. Yeah, I'm not bad, thank you. Trying to figure out who's got more pressure, you for having your first interview in English, or me for being responsible for your first interview in English. But we'll figure it out together.
Yeah.
First question that I like to ask everyone that I talk to: what first got you interested in motorsport?
It all started as a joke, actually, because as I said to you,
Oh, this is going to be good.
my brother is an off-road driver since 2019,
Hmm.
and we have to have our driving lessons first to compete in autos, in cars. So it started as a joke. Everyone said to me in my brother's races, you have to do it, you have to do it. You can do it when you're like 16 in other cars, not cars. But then I got my driving lessons, and everyone was like, go, you have to go, you have to experience a race. And I said, okay, let's prepare everything, prepare the car, because I had my car. My brother started everything in the car that I'm racing today. It's interesting with the same co-driver.
You really got
It
all of your
all
brother's
started
old
like
sort of things there, didn't you?
Yeah, I got my driving license in May and I got all prepared to September. That is my next race, actually. That is in Alentejo, in Reguengos de Monsaraz. So it all started like this, actually.
So So your brother got started in 2019. When was your first time getting behind the racing seat, then getting that first experience?
Like racing or
I say that first race you were talking about.
my first race was last year, was in
Okay.
September last year. But I've drove my car twice, I think, in previous years, like in 4 years, because my dad always wanted us to learn how to drive. So since I was 12, I knew how to drive manual cars.
Mm.
Then I got my motorbike when I was 14. Then I got a micro car. I don't know if you know
Yeah,
it.
I'm
I
familiar.
was 16. So I've always knew how to drive, and sometimes my brother does co-drives with the sponsors and or tests, and I got infiltrated and and drove my car. Yeah.
Perhaps not too surprising that you ended up in motorsport in one way or another then, because like you say, you were always kind of around and involved in some areas to do with it. But then
Yeah.
I'm
Uh,
guessing when your brother was first starting out in 2019, as you said, and everyone was going, "Oh, you should try it." I imagine it didn't take much convincing, but then when you did it, was that it? Then you knew you wanted to do it.
yeah, of course. It's amazing. It's not a normal motorsport. I think I can say it because it's hundred of kilometers without knowing the floor we are stepping in, all the things that we can see, because anyone knows more than what they just see in 5 seconds. Because since I was with my brother and in the off-road it's not correct now races. um, it's something completely different. We don't have idea of what we suffer, of what we experience. So when you go in the car, it's completely different, and it's amazing because you suffer, and at the same time you want it to last longer. And it's really, I don't know, it's confusing, it's a mess in my head when I did my first race, but it's amazing. Yeah.
Having talked to other Ford drivers when they come back from their first experience with it as well, they say a similar thing to you of none of it makes sense because it's long days, it's lots of driving, there's unpredictability, you're tired, you're hungry, all of these things. But then you get to the end of not necessarily the day, but the rally, the race, and then you go, oh, that's it. I want to do some more. And you go, but
Yeah,
why? Why do I want to do more? What did I actually enjoy about that? But there's some kind of appeal to it that just makes you want to keep going.
it's really different because my brother did the rally too, uh,
Mm.
twice, I think, or three times. Um, and it's different because you know where you're stepping, you know when to turn, you know when to brake, you know everything because your notes, your book is written by yourself. But when they give you something you don't know, like our races, they are, the first race I did was 160 kilometers in a time. So it was like 2 hours and 30 minutes or 3 hours that you don't know. It's the unknown. You're going to the unknown. You don't know where to brake. You don't know what you're going to see when you turn. It's a completely different thing to do. Yeah.
Tell me then about that first racing experience, a bit more of it. You say you had your first race last year. Where was it? How was it? Tell me everything.
Shakedown.
Hmm.
You don't have it in racetracks, but
No, but I'm
we,
familiar with it for off-roading.
yeah. So we did shakedown. It's not an intelligent thing to do, but I didn't drive the car before the race. So we got into shakedown, and it was quite a different thing than the race we were expecting. Uh, there were like more sands than the floor we were expecting. And we got really early in the shakedown. We were the first ones there, and I crashed. It was my my brain was really confused because at the same time I wanted to go, and at the other way around I didn't want to, uh, because I lost all my confidence. Then my brother got to talk to me, and he said, "Don't worry, we are going to fix it, and you are coming in during the afternoon. Like, I'm going to train everything now. You are going to box, as I can say." That was like 20 kilometers far away from the shakedown. And he said, "I'm going to finish here what I have to do in the shakedown to consult my car. Then we go into box, we repair everything, we fix everything, and you are coming in the afternoon." And he said to me, "We are going to watch a more difficult floor than we are watching now. So you have to be careful. It's just for you to familiar
Familiarize.
yeah, sorry. But tomorrow everything is going to be different." And I was like, "Okay, let's see." And I got a
Good at
shakedown
motivational speaking and getting you back in a
during the
positive mindset.
afternoon. And the other day, it was Friday, it was not, it didn't have comparison, the two floors we were in. Yeah.
I'm saying very challenging first experience then.
It is. I did two races. My first race were in September, And then, you know, Baja Porto Alegre
I've heard of it, yes.
is from the World Championship.
Mm.
Um, we didn't want me to do it because it is a challenge to do it. And in my car, ending that race is a victory. Ending all the races is a victory because my
Yeah,
car is old, but ending Porto Alegre is really, really challenging. So I didn't do Porto Alegre, but I did the first race of our championship, of our national championship. And we got, it was a really complete different race. I didn't have breaks for all the way on the 2 days. I lost transmissions. I lost everything. I got stuck in the floor. It was really challenging, but then I end and I wanted more.
think if you can get through all of that and you still want to keep going, then it's definitely more than just something you do casually. It's definitely a passion at that point.
Yeah, it is like that. It is like a love-hate relation. When you're
Mm.
there, you want everything to end. You want to, I don't know, to call all the names to everyone. But then when you end, it's really good. It's really good.
There is that extra level of satisfaction, as you were saying, that these sort of races, yeah, sure, a top 10 finish or a podium or a win, those are all great and they would be lovely, but finishing them in and of itself is an achievement and is never a guarantee. And I think that's why maybe the more challenging races did appeal to you because you thought, well, if I'm going to do it, I'll do it properly and will really challenge myself and let's see what I can do. And you got everything then thrown at you.
Yeah, it's a completely different thing than racetracks, and because you have like 100 cars racing in the same track, not at the same time, but when you are the
That would be
hundred
fun.
car, when you are the 100 car, and my car is the oldest one. It's the I can say it is the worst one because it's
You
a
can say it
T9.
because it's your car.
No, it's I don't know if you know the categories,
Hmm.
but if you know it, but my car is a T9, is
Okay, yeah.
the older and the oldest and the worst I can think. In when you compare to other cars, it's the worst. Then you have, for example, the Toyota Hilux. That
Yeah.
is my brother's car. Is a T1 plus. It's the second car
Bit of a
in the
gap.
truck. It's the second car in the truck. So you don't want to do a top 10 because it is not possible to do it. We have to have that in mind. But in the category, I've done 2 podiums, which is good. Um, but I have finished like in, I don't know, 800 because I'm not joking because then
No,
you
I know.
have
It's just it's
cars.
the difference between the two is just it's always
Yeah,
just
you
so
have a
fascinating.
lot of cars that just quit. For you to know, like my brother, when he does the same race as me, when he finished, he almost have time to go again to the track to see me. It's a really like it's 2 hours comparison in the starting line.
Mm.
It's a lot of time. Yeah.
When you first had that racing experience, and like you say, you've done a few more races since then. Obviously, now the are fully kind of you're committed to being this rally raid driver. Did you think about going down a different route? Because obviously, there's a few other off-road sort of series and types of racing that you can do. Was it? Do you think about doing any of those instead, or was rally raid the kind of the first thing that you wanted to do, and or was that just the only thing you wanted to do?
Of course, people who drive and who races in motorsport, they have a passion to it. It's clear. Then we have a lot of different styles, but I wanted to try rally. Rally, not WRC, but less than that. Of course, WRC was amazing. But of course, we wanted to try something different. For me, would be rally. I think rally was a good option for me. Not racetracks. I don't really like racetracks.
Predictable.
I've done some things in it, but no. I think I would choose a rally. Yes, I think I would choose it because it's more related to rally height, as you named it, has rally height or off road. It's
Yeah,
more similar in
that makes
terms of
sense.
yeah.
What would you say then? And potentially, you've already told this story because I'm thinking if you were in a race where literally everything broke, maybe that will be the answer to this question. But what has been the most challenging thing for you to overcome so far?
Um, in the race, I told you in the last day,
It all
we
happened in this one race, didn't it?
yeah, everything happened there, but the floor was a completely mess because
Hmm.
everyone from motorbikes to autos, everyone was stepping in the same floor. So the floor was really challenging to handle. Um, and in that race, I've lost my brakes in the 20s, the kilometer 20,
Hmm.
and from
Out of what was it, 160?
yeah 160. It's quite a lot.
That's not good.
You have to do everything manual, and it's really difficult to do it. Or when you got stuck in the floor and you can't get out of there. We had a situation, me and my co-drive, when we got stuck a lot of, like, I got stuck 15 minutes. I'm not joking. And we changed our seats. So my co-drive uh, goes to my seat, and I go out of the car, pushing the car so we can get out of that mess. It's a completely mess. You got all dirty. Is
Yeah, yeah. You're not going to come out of a race like that clean.
but it's funny at the same time. Then when we were almost finishing, like it was missing 40 kilometers, I think it was 40. Our real axle bar broke, and we had to go really slowly, but we have time to finish the race. And we had like four,
Please,
no,
nothing else break. Please, nothing else break.
yeah, we were like 40 minutes going slowly, and I was like, Sergio, that is my co-drive, can we get to the end? Can we get to the end? And he was like, yes, be confident, we just have to finish it, and but we are going to do it. And it was 40 kilometers suffering for the time and for the bar and everything. And then we finished it with 10 minutes far away from the time. Like it was 3 hours and 30 minutes, and we did it 3 hours and 20, and we got a penalty for over limit speeds.
Oh,
Everything
interesting.
happened. Yeah, and we finished, and we don't have our time. We have to wait a lot, so the times go online. And I was like, Sergio, do like calculate everything, do everything. Are you sure about the time? Did we finish on time? It was the worst race ever. Yeah, it was
Was,
really
was the was that 40 kilometers the end of the longest 40 kilometers you've ever driven?
sure. I think, yeah. And we had almost arriving in the finish line, we have some climbs that some of the first cars had to go back to go into it, and we didn't have the axle bar, the rear axle bar. And I was like, we can't climb this. And Sergio was pretty confident, and he goes, let's go. And we climbed everything, we went through the finish line. It was quite challenging, but in the end, everything was great.
I do wonder if part of his confidence was just, well, everything's broken on the car. What, there is nothing left to break at this point, so why can't we do this? What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, it's like that. And that's why we are two, because we have
Hmm.
to have someone
You
that
need
says,
two of you, but yeah.
calm down, you can do it. So we have to have pretty confidence on the person we have by our side. Because,
This race
for
was,
example, when you are in a foggy zone, if he says 50 meters right, in 50 minutes you have to go right, or you don't know what happens to you.
yeah,
So you have to
you have to
completely,
trust.
yeah.
Was this the race that was in September or in May?
February.
The option three, February.
No,
I say,
I just did two races. I'm going to do my
hmm,
third now. I did in September and I did in February, because
yeah,
now it's a fun fact. I got into university last year in September, and I got into dentistry, but I didn't want dentistry, but our national program is not really easy to go into university. So I had to do all the exams, and I compromised myself with my parents that I wouldn't do more races until summer to study, because it's not just a weekend, it's a week thinking
yeah.
of the
You
weekend.
can't just casually do it. Yeah.
So I wanted to go
You,
to medicine, and I compromised to my parents that I wouldn't do more races until June, and the next race is in September because of the fogs here. Yeah.
so you had the last race in February that was challenging. Let's call it challenging as a race.
Yeah.
Um, and your next one is September. Are there any others planned for this year?
Any more races?
Yeah, this
No.
year for
Ah,
after September.
yeah, we have in our timetable, we have a problem because my brother is doing the world championship, and from September on, all the races are all together. My brother is going to Qatar, Dubai. We have our reguengos that I'm going to participate. We have Porto Alegre. We have in Algarve. And so there are all the races together. We can prepare all the cars. So let's see if I can do Porto Alegre or not. Yeah,
Fingers crossed. It'd be nice to get some more experience and to get
of
you back in the
course.
seat.
I want to do next year. I want to get all organized to do all the championship, and start from January because the season starts in January. So I'm trying to get everything organized so in January I can start the national championship with my car or other car. If I had the opportunity to do it, I would change it.
So that's your idea for next year. But looking long term, what are your ambitions for the future? What would be the dream scenario for you?
Of course, the ambition is to drive a T1 Plus, a Toyota, or I don't know, Dacia or Ford, just being by the side of the biggest ones, the biggest names like Nasser, Carlos Sainz. I
Hmm.
don't know. If I can do it in time of them to not be retired. Um,
I don't see them stopping anytime soon. I think they'll stop when they die. I think that's the only way they're stopping.
that's true. Like yesterday, someone told me the age of Nasser. And I was like, really? Okay. And Carlos is the oldest one racing in off-road right now.
Hmm.
It's quite impressive. It's really wow. But we have younger names that are increasing their popularity and being the best, like Juan Cruz Jacopini, or well, we have Yazid, Yazid, the
Yeah,
world
yeah.
champion, or other names as Gonçalo Guerreiro, the best rookie of Dakar, or Alexandre Pinto, that's the first in Rally du Maroc, are great drivers.
Just
They
need to
are
get you in and need to get you as to one of the new names attached to those ones.
yeah, because sometime Nasser and Carlos have to retire, no?
I don't know about that.
They just love what they do. I know Nasser in private, and he really does like what he does. Like,
Oh yeah, you can tell.
loves races. He loves races. He loves how to drive. He loves everything. Yeah.
I can't see him doing anything else. It's one of those things like you know that they exist outside of racing, but you can't picture them, cooking or doing laundry or going to the shops. It just doesn't.
He goes
They've got to be racing.
he goes to Rally Ride, he wins. He goes to Rally in Qatar, he wins. He does everything, he wins. You are not you think this famous person is not going to shopping in Qatar, right?
No, no.
Yeah. Just
Even if you
sitting on
saw
the
him
couch
doing it, you
watching,
wouldn't believe it him.
yeah, just sitting on the couch and watching Dakar or other
No,
races.
no, doesn't work at all. We're gonna have to see if we can get you to be the next person to have their big name as one of the rookies, as one of the young names coming through and following in their footsteps.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest ambition for a driver. For my brother that is going to race in Aragon this weekend in the middle of names as Nasser, Carlos, Cristina Gutierrez, Gonçalo Guerreiro. For my brother, he's really happy because he has the best car to compete in the middle of so famous names in the motorsport. So I think that's the ambition of everyone. Yeah.
And I do like that with the longevity of some of these drivers, or the fact that when you say about Christina, for example, she's relatively new still in the grand scheme of things, but it's great that she's getting to compete with those drivers with these big established names. And I remember when she was first doing that, she thought it was insane that she was getting to race with these people, and now your brother's there, for example, and he's getting to race against Christina and going, I can't believe I'm racing Christina. So it's this weird knock-on
I be there.
impact.
I'm the sister.
Yeah,
Now I've always gone to races with him. I've lost, I don't know, like 10 races since 2019. So for me, I'm really happy to see like Cristina, Gonzalo, or Nasser. And then my brother is, I'm really proud of him and of what he can accomplish because he's young. He has 28 years and he doesn't do it as a professional. He doesn't train. He doesn't do. He just works here in Algarve. He works. Then it's race weekend. For example, yesterday he was working. Today he was catching a plane to Aragon. He doesn't train in the car as the other ones. The other ones are always in touch with the cars, and he does not do that. He doesn't do that. So for me, I'm really proud of him and what he can accomplish and accomplished today. Yeah.
and it gives you something to compete against as well for being the best sibling in terms of racing.
Once someone asked me if I could, when we have the Stella, when we get next to a car, we put the Stella and the car that is in front of us receives a signal to let us pass him.
Mm-hmm.
And someone asked me if he could press the bottom of the Stella, if I could let him pass. And I was like, yes, I can. I let him pass, but then I pass it again. So it's a really healthy competition between us.
Yeah, it's a great way to make you both go faster if you're both next to each other all the time. Just keep going and keep going and keep going.
We are always competing, and followers on Instagram, we are always competing. Both of us always competing, but we are both
We're
proud of
definitely
it.
siblings.
Yeah, but we are four. But my two other sisters are older than
Hmm.
us, and they don't really like cars.
Wasn't no.
They laugh.
Ah,
They laugh
never mind
about
then.
competition. My mom
Oh,
is relief
yeah,
because
I can imagine.
we're four competing. I think she could have an heart attack.
Yeah, I could believe. I think one already is too much for any other most of the time. Never mind
Yeah,
two, and never mind four.
that's it. Mm. But it's amazing. I really I got into this world, and I've got a lot of experience in my university. I have part of university organized WRC, the Lausanne sector. I don't know if you know.
Mm. Yeah,
Uh, and I've been part of it. So motorsport world have given me a lot of opportunities, and I'm really thank you to it.
a couple of fun non-motorsport questions to finish things off then. What is something outside of racing that really fascinates you?
Oh, this doesn't really fit in, but I would like to be an astronaut in other life.
Okay,
The
why?
space is something I am fascinated with. I don't know if this fits in your question,
Oh no, it fits perfectly. Tell me more. Why the fascination?
because it's an unknown world. I think like that, and I would like to know more about it. It's something that really fascinates me. It's not a hobby, but when I think about it, it really fascinates me. The power something outside our world have into our lives. It's amazing. For me, it's
Was there
fascinating.
was there something that first got you really interested in this, or was it just something that popped into your mind one day?
No, it popped in. And when I was a child, I didn't want really to care about it. But then I
Hmm.
started to think when I started to get older, and I got
Got very
fascinated.
philosophical.
Yeah, it is. And
Hmm.
yeah, I think it's the most fascinating thing that occurs me in my brain right now. Yeah.
No, I think it could be seen as a natural extension as well as a racing driver. You know, you explore the unknown and the kind of racing that you do, and you can plan and plan and plan, but you still need to deal with whatever is in front of you, and that would be pretty much the ultimate way of experiencing that.
Yeah, I think it now when you say it and when you explain it, I think it can have a relation. While what uh wait, like trying to know the unknown or trying to explore the unknown, that is what we do in races like Rally
Hmm.
Heights. I think I can see why I like the unknown space that have a lot of impact in ourselves. Yeah, now that you explain, I can see the relation between it. It does really make sense.
Yeah, yeah. And then, would you rather be an incredibly fast runner, or would you want to be like the best swimmer ever?
I don't know how to answer to that question. I would like to be both.
You've got to choose one,
I don't know, the runner, I think, but I can explain
but
why.
you don't know, just instinct.
That's
This
because
is why
I'm not a really good swimmer. I live like next to the sea, but I'm not a really good swimmer, so I would choose the other one.
this is why I always enjoy asking these questions. They're so very random and different to everything else, and it catches people out, and they have no idea how to answer. So you're not the only one.
That's like the think fast challenge.
Very much so. You'd be
Yeah,
grateful that I only asked two of these questions and not like 10.
yeah. But I think I would choose it. Yeah, okay. I'm sure of my response.
She wasn't a racing driver, she'd either be an astronaut or a sprinter. That's how we're going to see that.
Astronauts. I wanted I wanted to be an astronaut, and I wanted to be a doctor, but then I thought, and I was like, okay, I wanted to be a doctor. Let's go to med school, and that's it.
I do like that. Though, the nothing
I
too ambitious,
would like
just an astronaut or a doctor, easy things.
I would like to do the now I'm in university and I love what I do, but a bachelor in aerospace engineer for me would be my second option.
You never know. Maybe one day.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you today. I want to thank you very much for your time and wish you the best of luck with the next race in September. And I'm looking forward to seeing how you get on.
Thank you, and again, thank you for the invitation. It's a pleasure to talk to you. I've seen and watched and listened to other interviews you had, and for me, it's an honor to be talking to you. So thank you.
Thank you again to Leonor for taking the time to chat. Wishing the best of luck for the rest of 2025 and beyond. If you want to follow Leonor's career, follow her on Instagram at lb_racing_. Further details, as well as where to find more of me, can be found in the description of this episode. In the meantime, I'll be back soon with another interview with someone from the world of motorsport. Until then, thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.